Coming up on a broadcast for tonight, Sony issues a big apology. Find out why.
And the blizzard in Europe is causing major tourist problems.
Following that is weather, sports, and world news.
And it all starts right now.
Straight from the Bulldog Studios at Bryant University, this is the Bryant News Broadcast. Featuring Todd Stewart, Sarah Larrabee, Nolan Thompson with the weather, Chad Sabo with sports, and Dana Arenik with the Bryant Update. This episode is brought to you by the Media Production Club.
And in top headlines tonight, sadly this past Saturday, Whitney Houston, one of the most iconic female artists of all time, has passed away. And after hours of her death, Sony, one of the big six in the record label industry, raised their prices in Britain from £5 to £8 on the Ultimate Collection as well as her greatest hits CD. Why would Sony do something like this, you might ask? Their answer? It appeared that there was a mistake made by a Sony employee, and the company gave no orders to raise prices on Miss Houston's CD. The music label company has now apologized on its behalf, saying it was a mistake.
For those of you who have traveled to Italy or have friends currently studying abroad, many of the most historic tourist sites have been shut down due to freezing temperatures and extreme weather. In Rome, the Colosseum may have suffered extreme damage, especially on the second level of the arches. This is the worst snow that Italy has seen in years, and totals are equivalent of a severe flood. However, experts say that the Colosseum and other attractions should be open by the end of the week. Now, speaking of wintry weather, let's turn it over to Nolan, who now has a look at this week's weather. Nolan?
Well, thanks, Sarah. Well, we are not going to be dealing with just as much snow as Italy. In fact, what we're going to be dealing with is rain this next couple 2 days. We've got a chance of showers coming in around tomorrow evening. It should be lasting all the way through Friday morning. But other than that, the weather should be clearing up for the long weekend. The next chance of rain is looking like Wednesday, but other than that, temperatures are coming in from the high 30s all the way to the upper 40s. Well, that's your weather this week. Now over to Brian and Chad with sports.
Thanks, Nolan. Congratulations to the Detroit Red Wings. On Tuesday night, the Red Wings beat the Dallas Stars 3-1 for their 21st straight win in Detroit, breaking the single-season mark of 20 set by the Boston Bruins in the 1929-1930 season, which was matched by the Philadelphia Flyers in 1976. The red and white clad fans haven't seen the Red Wings lose at home in more than 3 months. During the final minute of the latest home win, the crowd showered the Red Wings with a standing ovation and chanted 21-21. Detroit forward Henrik Zetterberg quoted, "In the end, they were really cheering. Before and after the buzzer went, it was a pretty cool feeling," end quote. After time expired, the Red Wings went to goaltender Joey McDonald, and then they all skated toward center ice to thank their passionate patrons by raising their sticks. Dallas Star right wing Adam Burris quoted, "I think it's harder than it was in the 70s, just because of the parity. There are no games where you can just show up and think you're going to win," end quote. Detroit's ultimate goal is just like every other team to win the Stanley Cup, but they're going to have to go through high-powered teams like the Vancouver Canucks and the San Jose Sharks in the West, and well-balanced teams in the East like your New York Rangers and everyone's hometown favorite, the Boston Bruins. With just less than halfway to go in the regular season, there is still a lot of hockey left to be played.
And now on to national sports. Basketball has found its Tebow. From the couch to the Trump Tower, Knicks fans and NBA fans alike are experiencing Linsanity firsthand. Jeremy Lin, the 23-year-old point guard out of Harvard, went from being cut by the Warriors to a New York sensation. The sensation has done it against the good, the bad, and the elite, making key plays when his team needed him the most. He has turned from a subpar team looking to miss the postseason and seriously underachieving to a serious contender. The question is, will he fit in with Amari and Carmelo coming back? Now, with Linsanity taking over the media, the NFL draft has been put on the back burner. The draft this year is loaded with great talent. The most talked about prospect in the draft is quarterback Andrew Luck. Luck is being compared to greats like Stanford's John Elway and Joe Montana. With Luck guaranteed to be the first overall pick, Chad, what do you think the Rams are going to do with the second?
Well, the Rams, they have an interesting case right here. I mean, I think they're comfortable with Sam Bradford. He didn't have a season like he did his first year, but I think they're comfortable with him. They could trade up. A lot of teams are looking to get Robert Griffin III. I mean, the Rams could also, like Cleveland, Miami, could pick up Robert Griffin III. The Rams, they have a shot at Justin Blackmon if they're looking for a high-powered receiver who might be the next Terrell Owens. I don't know. There's Matt Cahill, who's an offensive tackle, but the Rams need it all. But what's your take on it?
My thought is that the Browns are going to trade up to get Griffin at number 2, and they're going to move down to 4 and get their man in Justin Blackmon. That was sports. Now back to you, Sarah and Todd.
Thanks, guys. If you ever felt like you were about to have a heart attack while working out, well, you're not alone. A new study suggests that an hour of spinning in a spin class can trigger the same biochemical reactions as a heart attack. The University of Gothenburg has shown that spinning workouts and other forms of strenuous exercise can secrete the same enzymes into the bloodstream as a heart attack. But don't worry, there is no immediate need for concern. The effect is just as natural as it is harmless, and the enzyme levels drop back to baseline after 24 hours. So in other words, the next time you see your doctor, you might want to inform them that you have run a marathon recently.
It means the world isn't changing. It means the world already has. This is what Stephen Goldstein, chairman of the gay rights group called Garden State Equality, said after New Jersey's state Senate passed legislation legalizing same-sex marriage. 2 years after rejecting the bill for the first time, gay rights supporters are rejoicing as the bill was passed on Valentine's Day. New Jersey is now the 7th state to recognize gay marriage. And wrapping up our show for tonight is Doug with our world news.
Thank you very much, Sarah. My name is Doug Sieber, and here is your world news for the week. Our first story for today, a new global report issued by the Save the Children Foundation has found that approximately 5 children die every 1 minute due to chronic malnutrition, and that almost 500 million children will be at risk of permanent damage over the next 15 years. The report claims that about 1 in 4 children currently suffer from chronic malnutrition, and if the problem was better addressed, upwards of 2 million could possibly be saved each year. Now, while global hunger has for the most part gone down over the past 20 years, the Global Hunger Index has found that the nations of Congo, Burundi, Comoros, Swaziland, the Ivory Coast, and North Korea have seen significant increases in the degree of hunger. Now, while there are a number of factors contributing to this, it is primarily being blamed on political instability and, especially in the cases of the African nations, natural disasters such as flooding and drought. And in other news, a serious cold snap has officially killed over 650 people across Eastern Europe. Starting around the end of January, the region has been assaulted by freezing temperatures and massive blizzards. Tens of thousands have been trapped in their homes and villages, and impassable roads have forced officials to resort to airlifting in emergency supplies to those in need. Reports of casualties have ranged in from across Eastern Europe and the Balkans, ranging from 250 in Russia, 107 in Poland, 86 in Romania, and an unspecified number from Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Serbia, and Croatia. The most recent numbers have come in from the Czech Republic, where several people have died and hundreds have been injured in 2 massive car accidents on the highways outside the capital city of Prague. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Once again, it's great to finally be back, but for now, I'll turn it back over to Todd and Sarah.
Well, that wraps up our broadcast for tonight. We hope to see you at the same spot, same place next week. Take care.